Yapping.
Hello, this is Erica.
Edgar.
And Dave.
And we are the Yapping Schnauzers. We entertain you with yap-worthy stories we find around the web. So today's theme is called The Betrayal. The first story is, am I the asshole for calling out my husband's friend after he made an inappropriate comment about my son's paternity? I, 23 female, have been married to my husband, Alex, 27 male, for 2 years, and we have a 10-month-old called Dylan. Alex has a friend named Mike, 27 male. They've been best friends since high school. From my first encounter, I did not like Mike. He is really childish, likes to be the center of attention, and has a crude sense of humor. It's like he never got out of his frat boy phase. All of my husband's friends are married or in a long-term relationship, whereas Mike has not been in a long-term relationship or has brought any woman around. He also made some weird comments toward me that made me uncomfortable. My husband has a deep bond with Mike. They often go on hunting trips or boy nights. I've never tried to keep my husband from hanging out with his friend, but I have limited contact with him. Mike came over to pick up my husband to go golfing. I was holding our baby when I answered the door. Mike greeted us at the door, asked to hold my baby, and was cooing to him. Then he said, "Hey there, man. Come to Papa." And my husband and Mike started laughing. A bit of a background. I have brown hair and blue eyes, and my husband has black hair, brown eyes. Our son's hair is coming in blonde, and he has blue eyes. Mike has blondish hair and blue eyes. I was a bit caught off guard by it, but ignored his comment. Mike then said, "He looks like me. Maybe he's mine." And my husband and Mike continued to laugh. I was obviously not amused. I told Mike to hand me my son and then told him, "Not in a million years, and no woman with sense would want you." Neither my husband nor Mike laughed at my comment, and Mike just made a face before he and my husband left. Later, my husband told me I took it too far with Mike, that Mike was just joking, but I made it personal. I told him those comments were disrespectful to me as his wife and the mother of his child. Then he said it's obviously not true, so why am I so upset when I know how Mike is? Am I the asshole?
Oh my god. But why would he say that? That's... No. And why is the dad just laughing? I mean, I get it. That's like his personality, I guess. But like, that's not funny.
It's not. It's basically saying that she's a cheater.
Yeah. And then just laughing about it.
Yeah. Like, it would be different if they were friends or they were close. Then, she could go along with the joke. Mm-hmm. But he doesn't like him.
Yeah, it's like calling her out in a different way.
Yeah. So it's not funny. What do you think?
Well, I think that OP is the asshole in this. I think she took it too far because it's just like a joke. And she's like taking it seriously, even though like everyone but her apparently doesn't understand that's a joke.
But she knows it's a joke, but he took it too far by saying that joke because they're not that close. Mm-hmm. Just because the husband is close to his friend doesn't mean that she has to be.
Yeah, but it's like more of an A, B, and she happens to be a C.
She's literally part of it. She's literally part of the joke, saying that she's a cheater. She's cheating on her husband, saying that.
Well, that's not the joke, though. The joke is, oh, he looks like me, and probably mine.
No, but he could have just said he looks like me. Yeah. And that's it. Not maybe he's mine. Because that's like, it turns
implying.
Into a whole, like a whole different meaning behind
all
the
three
thing.
of you are thinking too deeply into that.
No, dude.
Yeah.
No. It just makes sense.
There's just no, it doesn't have to be a joke. Like, you should joke with people that you're friends with. Because when you go and joke with a random person, that person probably won't find that funny. Or will find it crude that you just think it's funny because you know it's funny to you.
Yeah.
If you don't know that person's sense of humor, why are you involving them in a joke or saying a joke that they probably won't like?
But how else will you make friends?
The top comment is, ask your husband why Mike's comfort is more important than yours. Not the asshole.
Ooh.
It's true. Why is he putting his friend higher than her feelings? If she feels uncomfortable, she feels uncomfortable. Doesn't mean that she has to shake it off. What is this?
That's true.
Ay, qué susto.
Beans.
Okay, wait. I'm trying to find... I saw a comment here that was really good, and I was like, oh, yeah. Okay, so you did the right thing. Nobody should insinuate you slept with anybody besides your husband. Your husband should be offended, too.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I get it because, like the husband knows how, like, he jokes around. So that's probably why he wasn't offended. But, like, I don't say. That's a little too much.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not saying that he shouldn't joke around, but he should have obviously a certain limit on what type of jokes he says. Like, if you're not close to her, then don't say stupid jokes like that.
That'd be in the situation, man, awkward.
Yeah,
Like,
I would be
what?
like, what? I
That's
would not like
funny.
that. I
No,
would be
that's not
pissed
funny.
off. And
Yeah.
you would see it in my face.
Yeah.
You would see it dead on my face, and I'll
Yeah.
be like, that's not funny.
Erica and her faces are pretty funny.
Yeah. And I learned to, Edgar be saying jokes, and I'm like, that's not funny. Even with him. So I'm like, somebody come and tell me that. Oh, girl, please.
Stop.
Yeah, so he's definitely the asshole for not putting his wife's feelings in consideration. Just because he's like that or that's his personality doesn't mean that she has to like it.
Mm-hmm.
No final verdict.
He's not that.
No.
He's the asshole.
Oh, so I say the OP is the asshole.
No, definitely no.
Okay, the next story is titled, Am I the asshole for being willing to divorce my wife because she's become friends with the brother who bullied me my whole life? I, 32 male, have a complicated relationship with my brother, Dean, 32 male. He's the only sibling I have, and most people assume we should be close, but he bullied me for most of our lives. I gave him some chance over the years, but he never grew or stopped. There were people in my life who brushed it off as teasing and siblings getting under each other's skin. He'd make fun of me for not being athletic, like him, and he'd call me a loser for it. He says I look like I was really skinny as a kid, actually. Running, and how fun it would be to trip me up. He'd start laughing at me if I did anything like exercise, and parents had cameras, and he'd try to take pictures of me and say he'd spread them around school. I had some stomach issues as a kid, and he'd tell his friends I crapped my pants a lot, and then spread it around the school. There were a few occasions during school where he's loudly asked me why I was sitting in my crapped in pants and why I didn't have pull-ups or something. If I ever had friends over as a teenager, Dean would bring up how I used to crap my pants a lot and to try to humiliate me with other embarrassing stories. He did the same thing when I brought home my first girlfriend in college. For a few years, he taunt me and say he slept with my ex that time I brought her home. He'd say I died a virgin and no other girl could actually have sex with me because I was too weird and too much of a nerd. I wouldn't go home because of this stuff, and I told my parents I wasn't going to let him treat me like that. I see now that they never did their best by me either and let Dean get away with a lot. They never took sides, but that meant saying nothing while he treated me like shit and tried to humiliate me. Sometimes they tell me he was maturing and stuff, and I tried, but he didn't mature. Still hasn't. And I gave him another chance recently. That brings me to my wife. We've been together for 6 years, married 4, and we have 2 kids together. She knows my history with Dean and told me I deserve better. But then she met Dean at my parents' house, sat through him doing the same shit, which made me insist we leave early, and then she started talking to him online and became actual friends with him. They text and make plans, and I'm so hurt by that. She told me I don't get to police her relationships and how she thinks it's good for them to connect because he has kids with his wife, and we have 2 kids, and the kids deserve to know each other. She also told me they have stuff in common and make good friends. I told her, given how he treats me, I would have expected her to stay as far from him as she can, and I said it hurts that she's become friends with him. She said when she met him, it was just different, and he's an ass to me, but not a bad guy overall. I told her I didn't like it, and we needed therapy together to talk through all of this because our marriage couldn't survive it if she insists on staying friends with him. She asked if I'd really consider divorcing her over her friendship with my brother, and I said yes. I told her she stabbed me in the back with that choice. She told me I was crazy and controlling, and she told her family who thinks I'm selfish for even considering tearing my family apart over this. My own friends and 2 of my cousins who know the score and agree my brother is a huge ass to me thinks my wife is wrong and that it's understandable if I can't stay with her because of this. But I know this is a huge thing and will hurt my kids. I also know I've questioned whether my wife and Dean are having an affair. I have read some of those messages and they don't seem flirty, and most of their plans are online, but even if it's just a friendship, it does feel like betrayal to me. Am I the asshole for considering divorce over this? And I say yes.
What? No.
I'm torn over this because honestly,
It sucks.
he went through so much because of Dean.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that he's been trying to overcome all that with, basically made his life impossible.
Mhm.
All his relationships were ruined by him. And now he is friends with his wife. Which, by the way, knew all the back history of Dean. And yet she wants Dean to be part of their lives, even though he has repeatedly told her he does not want to have that. So she completely dismissed his feelings and what he wants to do and all the hardship he had with Dean, because he's not a bad guy. He's just an ass to him, but he's not a bad guy. He should hang out with his cousins.
I don't know. That's still weird to me. Like, why would she want to be friends with him in the first place?
Exactly.
I don't understand that part.
Hearing all this, I would just want to stay 100 feet from him. Like maybe a hello and that's it. Why would I want my kids to have an uncle like that?
No. What if he bullies the kids? No. No.
Or insults them or say, oh, your dad was this. Or basically humiliates him in front of his kids because that's what he's known for.
What if the wife finds that funny too? Like
Probably.
him making fun of her husband and stuff.
Yeah, so it's not just because he has a grudge against him. It's because he doesn't respect them and disrespects him in front of his family, his wife, and then eventually his kids, because that's funny.
Mhm.
So that's okay to have a relationship like that with your so-called brother?
Well, eventually they will kind of reconcile, and I think the friendship with the wife can help that, because at least it makes the brother OP more human to the his actual brother.
He literally said he was doing the same thing he usually does talking to my wife.
Mhm.
How is that seeing him more human or changing him in any way?
Well, you just have to, because it's still gonna be a part of his family, no matter if he tries to kick him out or whatever, or just try to cut as much connection as possible. So I think it's something you have to reconcile with.
He's getting to him through his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And also, good point there. He could use his wife to get back at him, because he's saying that he slept with his ex-girlfriend, right? What if he wants to do that with his wife?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He has no boundaries with you. He wants to humiliate you. So he would do whatever it takes to get you down.
The brother also has his own wife and kids.
So?
But he don't care about them right now. He's he oh my god.
But all of their conversations are public, and they are friendly, and OP is able to verify that as well.
I don't know, but that's for now. You don't know his motive. If he's made his life a hell for all his life, you think he's just going to stop now?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so. I think it's just a liability right now. Him and his wife and any relationship with him. And the fact that his parents never did anything to tell him to stop doing that as they were younger, it's completely ridiculous to me. Because they should never have a relationship like that. They allowed this behavior, and that's why he thinks it's okay to go out around and keep humiliating him everywhere with all his relationships. Just because he's growing or he's a growing teen. That is not okay. You don't do that. And then the fact that he got away with it for so long, you think he's just going to stop? I don't think so. I would just stay away from that guy. He's, for as far as I know, he's not my brother.
No.
So the top comment is, not the asshole. Your wife is out of line and wouldn't be surprised if Dean is continuing this friendship as a way to bully you more. Your wife is a plain old mean. So OP did respond to that. It's possible. It could also be he wants to have an affair or at least have sex with my wife and gloat about that like he did about my ex, which I never knew if it was true or not, but this would hurt worse than it were if it was true. That's just so much to make me think this is getting to me screwed over. But I hate that I found myself in this position. So now he feels like he's back in the olden days where he feels manipulated and humiliated by him. And his wife doesn't care. Like she doesn't care about his feelings. He doesn't care about his trauma that he had with his brother, because bullying and humiliating and telling everybody that his pants is not funny. And going through that, it's really hard. Like mentally, his mental health is not okay. It's like he's going back to when he was young. I think it's so sad. He doesn't need to go through this again. His wife is not being supportive at all.
That's not a wife.
No, if you were to tell me I don't feel comfortable, I would be like, okay, babe, let's not do it. I wouldn't encourage you if you feel uncomfortable, especially if it hurt you so much. I don't want you to get hurt again. That would be my thing, the way of thinking.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Edgar is like, he doesn't care. He doesn't have feelings. He's cold-hearted.
Yeah. Well, he thinks of it more logically, but I don't know. His track record isn't good. And giving him a chance and expecting him to change, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to go well for him. That's just my thought. So what's the final verdict?
I still think OP is the asshole for threatening divorcing over something that, at least up to now, is innocent.
I don't think he's the asshole. I think he's valid for his feelings. I don't think you should dismiss that altogether. I think maybe he should work on himself a little bit more or trust his wife more, but I want his wife to be more conscious of his feelings as well, not just dismiss it just like that. How about you, Dave? Same?
Yeah, same thing.
All right, so next story is, am I overreacting for exposing my mom's affair at the dinner table? I wasn't trying to snoop, but while my mom's phone was on the counter, a message popped up from a man I didn't recognize. Curiosity got the best of me, and when I opened it, I discovered months of messages, hotel bookings, and event pictures. My stomach dropped. I never imagined she'd do something like this. At first, I didn't know how to handle it. I thought about staying quiet, but the more I considered my dad, who has always been kind, loyal, and completely unaware, I couldn't just pretend I didn't know. So, during a family dinner, when my mom was sitting there like nothing was wrong, I lost it. I pulled up the messages, read some of them out loud, and told my dad the truth. Everything fell apart instantly. My dad went pale. My mom burst into tears, and my younger sibling sat there in shock. She accused me of betraying her trust and destroying the family, while my dad just looked heartbroken. Despite everything, he later thanked me for being honest with him. Am I the asshole?
No, he's not at all, and I don't think he's the asshole either, because it's like something like, it's affecting the entire family, and like, the father needs to know.
The audacity of the mom saying, oh, you ruined her trust.
I was about to say that. Mm-hmm. And then she was just like destroying the family. Girl, you already destroyed it.
The betrayal here.
Yeah, it just came out. Please.
Oh.
She knew what she was doing.
Girl, yeah, exactly.
She about to like manipulate her, be like, nah, it's your fault that this not happened, and blah, blah, blah.
No. There's no way. You destroyed this family, ma'am. You destroyed it by cheating on your husband and not thinking about your family.
And she described him like so sweet.
Yeah.
He
did not deserve that. Poor
Hotel
guy.
bookings is kind of crazy.
Well, then, there's work trips.
I would never believe a work trip. Like, ¿qué? Como que work trip? What job does trips like that? No.
There's some jobs, but yeah, it's just...
Pero it's like rare. I doubt it's like... No.
I don't know.
And I feel like it's like a good paid like job. I'm not that stupid.
No, I think it's sad. I mean, even if she could try to handle it differently, like maybe talk to her mom directly and
Yeah.
have her come
Yeah.
clean, would be a little better. However, I don't think the mom was going to try to come clean at all.
No, she's gonna hide it.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, she's been hiding it for so long. And that's all that she saw there. Who knows if she had an affair before, like longer affair before that. So I think, oh, man, it's kind of messy though.
It is messy.
It was a little bit too.
I found the siblings as well.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean,
they
I wonder
little.
how old.
I
Yeah.
like to think they're like 4, 5, and 6.
Younger sister.
No, I don't think so.
Nah, they're probably like, I would say like middle school.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
I mean, but then, I feel like also if you lie to them, it would just also affect them as well. Like, I don't think they needed to be present for that, but
I think it would affect them either way. Like,
yeah,
as soon as they find out the truth, which was, I mean, I feel like potentially this could have gone on for a lot longer, but it had to come to light soon.
Yeah. It could have gotten worse too.
What's worse than hotel bookings?
Nah, like for longer time. And like the dad I feel like it would have sucked more if it's been happening for like years and he knew nothing about it.
How was the dad out? Yeah,
Because
the paternity
like
test
he's been like what he
he
say?
would get a paternity test if he was the dad.
for all 3 of them,
Stop. That's
all 4 siblings,
There was only 2
4.
there.
No.
all 5, yeah.
What do you mean?
What?
Yeah, it's crazy to me.
Well, at least he knows now.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah,
That's
like the
what I'm
father thanked him
saying.
at the end. Yeah.
like
He
if it
deserves
took
better.
like longer time, I feel like he would have like it would have hit him even harder because it's like I don't say like he's been getting played for like years. That sucks. That's
I
like
don't know.
that's really.
I feel like
sucks.
once you're a cheater, it's always a cheater. Like
Yeah.
if maybe that's her second cheat. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
It's
who
like-
knows? We only know that guy. Who knows if there's more?
Oh my god,
That's the. Oh, I know.
it's sad. He deserves better,
Yeah, that is.
and the
sad.
kids do too. The top comment is, she accused me of betraying her trust and destroying the family. Yeah, you're the problem here. I'm being sarcastic, obviously. Tell your mom you have done that yourself. Yeah, all around, I feel bad. I think she did not overreact.
No.
She deserved it.
Yeah, she did the right thing. Yeah.
Yeah. They found a verdict.
No, I think she did good.
Yeah.
Yeah, OP's
She exposed the truth.
OP's a good guy or girl. Okay, so the next story is titled, Would I be the asshole for kicking my cousin out if she shows up to my wedding uninvited? My wedding is in a few days, and I needed an outside perspective before things potentially blow up. A little background, my cousin, Lisa, used to date my fiance, Jake, years ago. They met in college. They were in the same friend group and ended up dating for a couple of years. It was serious for a while, but things fell apart due to bad timing and differences in what they wanted for the future. It was amicable. Jake and I met later through the same mutual friends. Lisa and I were close, so at first it seemed like a weird coincidence, but she was supportive of our relationship. It was over long before I even met him, and I never really thought of it as an issue. Lisa and I have always been close, and I never felt weird about the fact that she and Jake had history until now. A few weeks ago, I found out from Lisa, not Jake, that she met up with him behind my back. Apparently, she needed closure before he got married and told him she still thinks about him sometimes and wonders if they made a mistake breaking up. Jake assured me that he shut her down immediately and told her he's marrying me. But the fact that he kept it a secret from me really hurt. After a long argument, I told Jake that Lisa was no longer invited to the wedding. She's completely overstepped, and I honestly don't want to be standing at the altar knowing she's sitting right in the audience wondering what if. Jake wasn't thrilled about uninviting her, but he agreed. I also made it clear to Lisa that she would not be welcomed. But now I'm hearing from family members that Lisa still plans to come. She's telling people that since she's family, she deserves to be there, and that it's unfair for me to exclude her over a misunderstanding. Here's where I might be the asshole. If Lisa shows up, I will have her kicked out. My maid of honor promised to handle it and kick Lisa out if she showed up. I don't care if it causes a scene, and I don't care if it makes things uncomfortable. She was explicitly told not to come, and if she tries to ignore that, she's the one ruining the day, not me. But some of my relatives think I'm being petty. Part of me wonders if I should just let it go and ignore her if she does show up. Would making her leave just escalate the situation unnecessarily? Should I just suck it up and keep the peace for one day? I say OP would not be the asshole, like kicking her out if the cousin comes uninvited. But it looks like she's willing to like suck it up. But I think she shouldn't really suck it up because it's like her wedding day.
Yeah.
I think ideally she sucks it up, but I mean also it's like I agree that it's like weird to think that someone in the crowd is like actively
No,
thinking
that's
not
just like awkward.
thinking no, yeah.
Because like knowing that she's gonna like if she just shows up and she's just there watching you. Like what if she like out of nowhere like makes like a whole scene in front
I
of like their
object.
vows. Yeah.
I know, yeah.
I'll be
That's-
like no.
Yeah, everyone-
She'd be the type to do that. So
I can see that, yeah.
yeah, she can get kicked out.
Yeah, because then
That's okay.
afterwards, the wedding is not going to be like remembered for like, oh, it's a happy day. It'll be remembered for, oh, remember when the cousin tried to break it up?
Yeah,
Like that's
exactly.
That's everyone. That's the only memory people are going to have of that.
Yeah,
day.
no, they always remember
Yeah.
the like the bad things. Yeah,
She's
no.
not overstepping.
Yeah,
OP is not overstepping.
It's gonna
in the wedding.
become the cousin's day instead of her day. if
Bro.
She makes a scene on
Yeah.
her wedding day.
It's her wedding. She decides what she wants to
Yeah.
do. I don't think there's no issue here. And that the fact that the husband, well, soon to be husband, agrees is a good sign too.
Yeah.
And why is the family always like? I feel like every time we read a story, the family is like against the person, like
It's
that's
so
telling
annoying.
the story.
It's trying to keep the
Every
peace.
time.
I think yeah, because like the family is like big enough that there's always going to be like differing opinions on the same issue.
Yeah, I think I get that you want to keep the peace, I guess, but like if it's ruining your day, sorry, not sorry, we're gonna kick you out. That's simple as that. There's no peacekeeping here.
Should have been like, we're keeping the peace if she doesn't show up. Ija. That's
Yeah.
peace for one day.
But the fact that they've been very close and that she went behind her back and said, "Oh yeah, I still have feelings for you," basically, or I still think
Yeah.
about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just messed up. That's
Yeah.
really messed up. Yeah. Nobody needs a cousin like that. Bye. The top comment is the reason doesn't even matter. It's your wedding, and if you've told her not to come, she shouldn't come. Period. Everyone should respect that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 100%. So would she be overreacting? No.
No.
You're doing the right thing, girl.
Yeah, that's a
Get her out of there. Next story is my fiance left me over a message. So this happened 2 weeks ago. I, female 26, and my fiance, male 25, have been dating for 5 years, engaged for 2 due to planning and financial situations. We were a unstoppable couple. Everyone always said that we had the perfect relationship and that our love makes them sick. We never had any big fights or arguments besides the usual debates about who is right, like the kind of answer you Google to see who was actually right. Zebras are white with black stripes kind of debate. We were perfect. He washed the dishes, I cooked whatever his heart desired. We looked after each other and protected each other. I know I can be a very difficult person to deal with. I have bipolar 1, the kind where you have super strength at 2 a.m. I am a bit picky about certain things, like where my crafting supplies go and how my food is prepared and how I feel my emotions. I don't laugh, I scatter with glow. I don't know what that means. I don't cry, I break. But besides all of this, I am able to regulate and control my emotions very well. And it's never been a problem. I am still able to have a normal, calm conversation. We have been planning our wedding for around 1.8 years, and we have recently been financially stable enough to start looking for a house or apartment together. I have a small business, and he works remotely full time. About 2 months ago, before the event, is what I would call the breakup, I noticed a few things here and there that were weird, but nothing alarming. He would say this shoulder hurt when we cuddled. He cut and changed his hair in routines. Conversations were sometimes met with weirdness. Ooh, red flags! 2 weeks before the event, we went on vacation with some friends. Everything seemed perfectly fine and normal. We had a great time. 1 week before the event, Valentine's Day, he couldn't be with me on Valentine's Day due to work. Another red flag. But he took me out for brunch the next day. Nice place, good food. He even bought me chocolates and was all lovey-dovey as usual. The day after, I was recovering in bed. I had 3 wisdom teeth pulled. He wanted to speak to my parents about the dogs we both have together, Luna and Rex. They are my world. And the day of the event, the morning off, I decided to do my hair and my makeup. I wanted to move my apartment around and deep clean and have everything ready for when he came that evening. The apartment is next to my parents' place in the backyard. I sent him a good morning and have a great day, I love you kind of message. Later that morning, I received a notification from a courier company saying my package is on its way from my fiance. I thought it was a mistake and I tried calling him. No answer. He sent me a message about an hour later saying that he is breaking up with me. Thanks for our time together. You can keep the dogs. No reason, no explanation, nothing. Just that. Also, was removed from all social media. Nothing more. So what the hell?
Did we ever find out? Did we find out the reason?
Nope. So there is a little bit of updates, but it doesn't really tell you much. So just so for extra context, I think it's applicable, especially for those saying that he might be manipulated. His older sister never liked me. She didn't even like the other sibling's partner, even after they married and together a long time. She doesn't like anyone, to be honest, and I'm not being dramatic. And on the courier address, I saw that it was their address and not his. He apparently moved in there. I went to visit my bestie for a while around nature. Biggest supporter besides my mom and my sister. Everyone and I informed after everything said they were absolutely shell-shocked about the news. It was extremely sudden and no one really suspected a thing. My mom did say the thing about the dogs was extremely strange and not okay. So yeah. Nope. There's nothing. There's no update. He doesn't know what happened, why he broke up with her. It was just like, bye.
Do we ever know what the package was?
Oh yeah, we do. It was his ring.
Oh, okay.
It was a bag of my gate remote, his ring, the dog's vaccination vet cards, my medical emergency card, and an old nose ring.
That's
3 years ago.
What?
That is so weird.
So random.
He could have just faked his death.
Or
what? No.
Why do you have to leave a package? Honestly, just leave. I don't know.
Yeah, that's uncalled for.
Just leave. Pack a package so I can remind her of him or something. Nah, forget the package.
I do want to say though, I feel like he kind of he found a girl. He found somebody else. The fact that he cut his hair, he changed his routine, he couldn't spend Valentine's Day with her.
No, Valentine's Day is crazy.
Yeah,
That's kind of crazy.
I think he found somebody else and wanted to leave her.
That, or he just didn't like her anymore. It just looks like a regular breakup to me.
A regular break.
No, because she doesn't have any explanation. I'd be mad.
Sometimes
I'd be
a lot of people
mad.
don't get
At least if you're gonna break up with somebody, at least tell them the reason. If there's another girl, tell them and there's another girl.
Sometimes there's no reason.
Nah, I would want to know the reason.
There has to be a reason. You just don't wake up one day and be like, I want to break up with you.
What? Nah, I want to know the reason. Because if they just walk out of nowhere, I mean, ya que, what it is. But then you're gonna be left with that thought, why? What's the reason? So I'd rather know the reason. It could be the worst reason ever, but I know
the reason
why.
matters, actually.
No, I think the reason matters. 100%.
It's because it's over. It doesn't matter what the reason is. It's over.
No, Edgar. No, I would want to know.
Bro.
I just think he should have not been a coward. He was a whole coward. If he knew that he was going to break up with her, he should have said, okay, I just don't think this is working. Let's just break up. I should have told her in person.
Yeah.
Why just a text and blocked her from everything? Come on. Be an adult here.
That's childish.
Don't
I think
break
probably
up through
from the
text.
context clues and how the post was written, it does seem like she was a little bit aggressive, or at least like I think she just didn't want to deal with the fallout of whatever of the breakup.
There's also an edit that says, by the way, for everyone who keeps blaming my bipolar, he had very intense impulsive ADHD. I didn't mention it before because I didn't think it was necessary, but I believe this adds to even more context into the mental health perspective.
It does. She's probably violent as well.
Damn.
I can't with you.
That's insane.
I cannot. You're crazy. Yeah. It's just not right. He should have treated this better, or at least told her. I don't know. It was just for her.
Yeah,
like
I
I
told
see
her,
it sudden too. Like from how she was describing it, I didn't think he was gonna break up with her. I thought he was gonna cheat on her. Honestly, that's my first thought when I was started reading. I didn't think he was gonna break up with her out of nowhere. Like what?
I thought he was gonna break up. But
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess because you're a guy.
I thought she was gonna like find out about like the other girl. Or something.
Me too. All right. So the top comment is he found someone else and was too much of a coward to come clean and handle things like a mature adult.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So what's the final verdict?
I guess no one really is the asshole in this.
No.
Like, they just broke up.
Yes, he is the asshole. What do you mean?
At least in my head. In my
Man.
head.
Oh,
I
Both of them
cannot.
have been split, so.
you've been like opposite from me and Dave. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
no.
You're wrong. People, please tell us who is wrong and right here.
I don't need anyone to agree with me.
Okay, whatever.
Okay,
I want
Andrew.
to. Yes, I
Okay.
want to know what everybody thinks. You're wrong. Okay.
The next story is titled, Am I the Asshole for Ending My 5-Year Relationship After Finding Out My Girlfriend Has Been Sending and Receiving Flowers and Other Gifts from Her Ex. My girlfriend and I were together for 5 years. Everything had been great. We moved in, we've been living happily together for about 2 years, and even talked about marriage. There were no red flags, no secrets, and nothing that made me doubt our relationship. For my birthday, she got me a smartwatch, a thoughtful gift, and I did my best to make her special. Got all the stuff she liked, a fancy dinner, a trip, and a necklace she had been looking at. Everything seemed perfect, but a few weeks later, while organizing our closet, I found a hidden card with a note. Thank you for always thinking of me. It means more than you know. Love, Jake. Alongside, it was a flower delivery receipt, dated right before his birthday. Jake was her ex, the one she always said was in the past. Of course, I was mad. When I confronted her, she admitted she had been sending him flowers every year since we got together, and he's also been sending her gifts on her birthday and some other occasions. She insisted it was just a friendly gesture and only hid it because she knew I wouldn't like it. But if it was so innocent, why keep it a secret? She called me insecure and said I was overreacting, but to me this felt like emotional betrayal.
Betrayal.
Eventually, I packed my stuff and left and ended our 5-year relationship. And of course, I'm still being called insecure and all that, but to me, it was the secrecy. I mean, who knows what else had been going on that I don't know about? So am I the asshole for ending it over this? And I don't think so.
I actually agree with you with this one. Yeah, she was a complete asshole for this. She did not. The fact that she had to hide it literally knew that she was doing something wrong. Come on.
Yeah.
I know.
It was the hiding
And they were like,
part.
yeah, the hiding, and then they both were exchanging gifts on like
Yeah.
At least the birthdays,
Occasions.
like on birthdays and other occasions. So
What
it's just
occasions
But,
is
like-
that?
Mhm.
The fact that she's doing it back is like no.
Yeah.
That's like
We get in the past.
It's not in the past.
This
no.
is
Please.
going out
It's in the present.
Yeah.
for 5 years. They've been doing this for a while.
Mhm.
That's insane.
No, that's not right. Yeah.
Damn, she hiding that good then.
Yeah, the only reason.
What do you mean? For you're not noticing that for 5 years.
I know, that is a little bit crazy.
She hides that really good.
That's crazy.
But I mean, I just find it funny that he found it in the closet. Like, maybe
because he never
OP
cleans.
doesn't clean. Like, she didn't really hide it that good. I don't think she tried, to be honest. But yeah, still.
No, she probably
because he never looks.
Yeah.
And then it's like she probably got used to it, and she got overconfident. But like, it's been 5 years. He's not gonna ever find out.
Or lazy.
Yeah, como si not. Yeah.
I think she just got overconfident and she got caught.
I think at this point, OP's ex should just get back to her ex.
I don't know. I think
They honestly have a thing for each other,
crazy.
because I don't think anyone would go out with OP's ex's ex, if they knew about this going on as well.
Yeah, I mean, like, imagine he's like dating somebody, and then he gets flowers or something. It's like, oh, who's that? Oh, it's just my ex.
Yeah, and
What?
I also sent stuff to her too.
Oh, nah.
No one's gonna find
At that point, be together. Like, what?
This is betrayal.
Yeah, no,
Emotional
that's
betrayal
so
at the
bad.
best. I would say he did the right thing. He
Yeah.
definitely needs to break up with her.
Yeah.
No, he deserves better. The top comment is, it's not being an asshole to be smart. You'd be stupid to stick around with her. Have a great life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, agreed. He deserves better.
To find a verdict.
Not the asshole.
Nope.
Not the asshole.
Good job, OP. You deserve better. The next story is, finally found out why my friends don't want me going on a date tonight. Pretty annoyed. For context, I'm 35 male and my date is 43 female. We actually met because she's in a hobby group with my mom. Oh, that's a little bit
Wait,
awkward.
Como que, mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hobby group with my mom, and she encouraged us to go out together. 2 of my friends and their girlfriends didn't approve when they found out. At first, it was because she was a few years older than me and because she's my friend's mom. But after pointing out that our 8 years is not a big gap and that my mom is supportive, they called it weird and creepy to date her. Eventually, after everyone else I asked seemed confused about the problem, I admitted that they had been talking to my ex and left me a year ago, and she had been missing me. My ex is friends with the 2 disapproving girlfriends, and they all have been planning to try to get us back together like some kind of trashy romance plot. My ex left me after we were together for a year because she didn't feel right about our relationship. Hurt like hell at the time, but I've moved on. I've run into her a few times and been polite, but I have no interest in a relationship or even a friendship with her. She's not part of my life anymore, and I'm keeping it that way. My friends made me feel like I was crazy and weird for not wanting to go on a date with a woman I get along with. We've hung out a lot in other settings, just not on a date yet. I get along with all so they could try to enforce my ex back into my life. Ex texted me this morning asking me if we could meet up and talk, and I told her that I wasn't interested in anything she'd have to say and that I'd like to keep my distance from her. I'm also putting some distance between my 2 friends who were playing along with my girlfriend's stupid game. On the plus side, I'm really looking forward to our date tonight. Dinner, drinks, and a walk through the town to enjoy nice weather we're getting. So there is an update. Just got home. Did not expect this much support. Figured to let anyone finding this late or checking back in now. Date went very well. Haven't had a first date go that well, I think, ever, to be honest. Second date has already been planned. I'll be cooking dinner and we'll be watching a few terrible movies we both share a love for. As for my crappy ex-friends, I've already told them we're done being friends. Luckily, they are part of a separate social circle and my main group of friends, so it's very easy to break up process there. Ex tried calling me. I went ahead and blocked her everywhere I could think of, not letting those idiots ruin an otherwise amazing night. Oh my god, I don't know. That's kind of a little bit weird though. It's friends of her mom's, and
Yeah, no.
and it's like, 8-year difference is not too bad. I mean,
It's not bad, but like the fact that it's your friend's mom is crazy.
and she encouraged this, like,
So like,
I don't know. It's weird. Like,
yeah.
imagine, like, my mom would be like, "Yeah, Erica,
wait, but like,
they
how
they
old
my
is
friend."
his mom? That she's friends with I know, say this. Oh, this is kind of weird.
This is probably the young one in her friend
In
group.
the group, right?
Yeah.
'Cause, like, if it's the mom and he's 35, she's like,
The young one.
what is she's like 60,
Yeah.
50, 60,
At least.
around there.
I'm gonna
Like
I'm gonna
50,
see that
like
the
50.
mom had him like OP when she was at least 18. So
Like 50, I would say
53,
50.
yeah.
Yeah,
she's
like around
53.
there. Oh my god. No,
At
that's
least.
still weird to me. No sé.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe the mom could have a good eye, and she sees that it could have comment. I'm trying to be devil's advocate here, but I
just
still
think
find
it's
it weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. How long
Yeah.
have they, like, his mom and the girl been friends? Because, like, that's weird if, like,
Yeah,
she
it's
saw
just-
him grow up. Like, what?
Oh, that's even weirder. I
In
don't
general-
know.
In general, it's just weird. Like, imagine like, like okay, we have like kids and all that stuff, and then you have like friends, and like, hey, you would definitely love my child.
Ew!
Like, you just any way you slice it, it's like really bad.
That's so weird. It's
Weird.
like
That's
Dave.
I was. Wait, what?
Like, it's like, for example, if we had children, and then
Yeah.
we're like, oh, you should only date Dave. Like, like what you
no.
Yeah.
mean? Like that. That's weird. Yeah, there's just
No.
there's just no happy
no.
medium there. Yeah, it is weird and creepy.
Yeah, she definitely watched him grow up.
So I don't know if the friend.
Oh gosh.
No way.
I don't know if the friends like are assholes here because it is weird and creepy. I think they should have got it a better way, and not go try to get the ex-girlfriend. Maybe find a new girl to date that's
Yeah.
around his age. But yeah, I don't know.
And the fact that the date went pretty well is kind of suspicious too. No
Maybe the
sé.
mom helped her.
Yeah. Because hello, they know each other.
Yeah.
So they already. No wonder it went so well. Hello.
Bro,
Like,
That's
He said he
crazy.
doesn't like this. Don't do this.
This is his favorite movie, by the way. It's bad, but I just tend to like it.
This is so weird.
OP
Yeah,
is
no.
a walking out.
yeah.
Yeah, so the top comment is trying to manipulate you into canceling a date because they care more about the feelings of the girl that dumped you. Doesn't really sound like someone real friends would do. Yeah, like I said, they should have gone it that way. They should have found a new person. So OP actually responded to this and said, "Yeah, I was pretty disappointed that we're willing to play along with all of this. They aren't my closest friends, so I'm strongly considering just moving on from them completely." But yeah, that's still weird. Sorry, OP.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're happy, you're happy. But like, that's, I don't know.
Mental illness.
I don't know. I don't think I
Jesus
would
didn't
do
die
it.
for this.
What?
What'd you say? I heard Jesus.
I said Jesus didn't die for us. He
Oh!
died for this.
Nah.
Nah, I don't
This
know.
is too much. I did not expect that.
It's just weird.
I didn't either. So we have one more story, and it's one of those videos where you see on TikTok or IG.
Mm-hmm.
So it starts off that one time I was on a romantic date with a guy and decided to let out a very small toot, thinking nothing of it. I shift in my seat and realize it felt a little warm down there. I do the sniff test and realize I have my pants. I say out loud, my pants, and the guy laughs thinking I was joking and says, "No, you didn't." I said, "No, I really just my pants." Mind you, I'm wearing one of those one-piece camo jumpsuits. Oh no! That is trapped at the bottom of the jumpsuit.
Ew.
I then jump out of the car. And
The car? Oh, hell no. Hold up.
I then jump out of the car and rip the jumpsuit off my body, only down to my skivvies.
Skivvies? That's crazy.
I start freaking out and can't stop saying, my pants, because I'm in such disbelief. I wrapped myself in a blanket and I was cry laughing because I didn't really know how to feel. The guy was trying to hold it in together and being super respectful, but couldn't stop laughing with me. He said it wasn't a big deal, but like it was.
Yeah.
We race back to my home and I jump in the shower only to hop out and on the shower mat. I could not stop pooping and was so concerned because I felt completely fine. To this day, I don't really get why I couldn't stop pooping. But said, Guy and I are now engaged and celebrating 6 years this month.
What?
I mean, if you're able to look past that,
Was that the first date?
yeah, I think that was the first date.
Well, yeah. I feel like there's nothing that can beat that.
That's like at that point, you know.
At that point, y'all are just meant to be. Because what? That's so embarrassing.
I wouldn't even know what to. That don't me trágame tierra. I would be so embarrassed.
Yeah, I'd be like, you're either stuck with me or we never speak again. That's it.
That is so crazy. But the fact that he stuck around, I mean,
he's a real one.
Yeah, he is. I thought that was. I wanted to have one story without a betrayal, even though how bad it was.
That was pretty
This
funny.
is a story where betrayal would be necessary.
Oh no! Well, he did it, so there you go. But yes, I mean, it's kind of awkward for both parties. Like,
Yeah,
you
the
kinda-
car. Ew, I'm sorry, but that's
it
just
was in the
sucks.
bottom of the. Oh no!
His car probably has like a stain on it now.
Forever, yeah.
Ugh.
That's like a memory to look back on.
Oh, remember this time? Remember that time when you pooped your pants? Oh man. All right. So that is all the stories we have today. Thank you for tuning in this week's episode. Check out our website www.yappings.com and join our mail list for updates. If you love our podcast and want to support us, subscribe and share to your friends and family. We would appreciate that so much.
Also, we started a new Facebook group called AITA-Relationship and Family Drama. Linked in the description. Join so you can share Am I the Asshole posts you like or share your own stories for us all to judge. We may even read a few posts in one of our episodes.
Thank you. See you next time. Bye.